The content objective for the lesson I will be teaching is the student is expected to identify objects in the sky such as clouds, moon, stars, and sun. This was taken from Tech 3.8C. The language objective for the lesson is the student will write sentences using objects found in space. For my lesson, students are expected to identify different objects in the sky. The goal for students is to identify the words and to be able to use these words in grade level appropriate sentence structure. I would start out the lesson by reading a grade level appropriate book to the students that contained the vocabulary words clouds, moon, stars, and sun. So basically a book about space. During the reading of the book, I would stop and ask questions containing these vocabulary words to check for understanding, while also continuing to familiarize the student with the words by emphasizing the way they're used in a sentence. After the reading, I would ask the students if they had noticed any language patterns or sentence structures the author was using. I would then ask the students, which words did you recognize that we see in the sky? And when the students give me answers, I would write them down on the board so I could continue to familiarize students with them and give them visuals of the words. After the book discussion, I would have the students come to the teacher station and we would play a vocabulary game. This game would allow the students to match the picture of the word to the written word, so students would be able to visualize the word with its picture. Students would take turns matching the words and pictures until I felt everyone was comfortable with the vocabulary. After the picture matching, we would complete a matching worksheet where the students would be able to practice using the vocabulary words. The worksheet would contain the same pictures that we used for the game. There would be a word bank. This would give students writing practice with the words. When the students are done, we would compare and check answers. After the matching worksheet, we would transition into a writing activity. I would have a whiteboard at the table and ask students to give me examples of how we would use our vocabulary words in a sentence. Students could say, I see the moon and stars at night, or it is a beautiful day. I see the clouds and sun. I would have the pictures and words available to students to help them remember the meaning of the words. Students will be given a paper with a space to draw and lines to write. Students will be instructed to write a sentence using at least 2 of the vocabulary words discussed, and they will illustrate a picture to accompany the sentence. I would have a list of sight words for students so they could have easy access to the spelling of words. I would also be in close proximity to the students to monitor their work and be available for assistance. When I feel that everyone has finished their writing activity, I will allow for students to share with peers. For the lesson's conclusion, I will ask students if they learned any new vocabulary words and then thank them for their hard work during the lesson.